Hey everybody, and welcome to Poppy Cooks. Today we're gonna do something fun, easy, delicious, like we always do. Today we're gonna make a baked polenta. I know Lulu's not crazy about polenta, but this is gonna be really good. I promise. We're gonna make a baked cheesy polenta. Yeah, now I got your attention. All right, so keep watching. Okay, so to start, you need to bring 4 cups of water with 1 teaspoon of salt to a boil. Almost there. Almost. All right, so once your water is boiling, you're ready to start adding your cornmeal. I like to add 1/3 of a cup at a time. All right, just pour that right in, and then you want to whisk it in so there's no lumps. All right, you're going to add 1 cup total, but you want to thoroughly whisk it in so there's no lumps before you start with the next 1/3 of a cup. All right. Okay, so once you got the full cup in, you can see you're happy that there's no little lumps. You're going to continue to boil it for about 5 minutes until it gets really thick. Then you're going to switch the whisk for a wooden spoon, lower the heat to a low simmer, and allow it to cook for about another 25 to 30 minutes. All right, so my arm's getting tired. Okay, so the polenta got nice and thick. So you see I have my wooden spoon ready to go. So we're going to allow this to cook on low heat. You can see it's still going to keep bubbling because it is so thick. It's like something out of a horror movie. And we're going to allow this to cook for about 25 minutes. Once the spoon can stand up on its own, it's ready. So it's not ready yet. Okay, so this has been cooking on the low simmer for about 15 minutes. You can see how thick it's getting. All right, but the trick is, you'll know it's ready when the spoon stands up on its own. Let's see. Yep, almost. All right, so it's got to cook a little bit longer. Okay, the spoon is staying up on its own, so it's ready. Oh, there it goes. All right, close enough. All right, so now we're going to start adding the other ingredients. Okay, so first we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme along with 4 tablespoons of salted butter. And we're going to stir this in until the butter is all melted. Ooh, this is so thick. Once the butter's all melted, we're going to start adding the cheese. Of course, there was going to be cheese. All right, so we're going to add 1 cup of shredded pecorino romano. It's going to add so much flavor and make it so delicious. All right, so we're going to get it all in and melted. All right, so the cheese is all melted. This is ready to serve like this if you want creamy polenta. It is so delicious. I know it doesn't look like much, but the flavors are insane. But we're gonna bake ours. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I got my baking dish using a pie shell that I sprayed with some olive oil spray. If you don't have the spray, you can always just rub the whole thing with some olive oil, and we're gonna pour that right in. Okay, so we got it all poured in, so we're gonna bake this in a preheated 350 degree oven for about 30 minutes. It's gonna get nice and dense, and then you're just gonna slice it like a cake. Okay, so this has been in the oven for a half hour. We just pulled it out. You'll see how it's bubbling nice, but it made a nice little shell on top. All right, so we're gonna allow this to cool a little bit. You'll see how it really firms up. Oh, it's gonna be so delicious, I can't. All right, so this has been cooling for about 15-20 minutes. You can see how it's settled a little bit. It's a little bit more flat. All right, now we're gonna cut into it. Okay, so I pulled out the full first piece. All right, so I probably could have cooked another 10 minutes or so, but it just looks so good. I can't wait. So we're gonna give it a taste. So creamy, cheesy, nice hits of salt, little sweetness from the corn, and then it just finishes, the whole, just gets all rounded with the thyme. Oh, it's so delicious. This is a delicious standalone entree if you want to do them, but we're going to serve this with a pot roast. Oh, it's going to be so amazing. You've never had polenta like this before, I can assure you. All right, so you make this, let us know. I know Lulu's ready for hers. You ready for your piece, Lulu? I know Drake is. All right, enjoy.